Late February 2026, Brooklyn was quiet, but within minutes that silence would shatter.
Families were leaving a gathering, unaware they were about to become targets.
A vehicle approached, its path deliberate.
Investigators would later say this was not random.
In seconds, chaos erupted. Witnesses described screams and confusion everywhere.
He drove into them! Send help now!
Sir, slow down. Where are you?
Downtown, 5th and Main!
Help is on the way.
NYPD responded within minutes, sealing off the area.
Hands up! Out of the vehicle!
The suspect was confronted just blocks away. By midnight, Dan Sohail was in custody, but the case was far from over. Inside the precinct, investigators began asking one critical question: why? Body cam footage captured the moments leading to the arrest.
Police, stop resisting! I didn't do anything! Hands behind your back!
The vehicle itself became a central piece of evidence.
Because of the target, federal authorities stepped in within hours. Investigators combed through digital records, searching for motive.
By morning, the case was national news. We have breaking news tonight on a developing federal investigation.
The community gathered in silence, shaken but united. Data showed the route was intentional, calculated down to the turn.
Hours passed. Silence filled the room. What began as chaos on a Brooklyn street was now a federal case.
Investigators searched his apartment for clues hidden in plain sight. Online activity suggested growing anger and possible ideological influence. The timeline began to form, weeks of escalating behavior. Surveillance showed he had driven past the location multiple times before.
Media attention intensified as the investigation deepened.
What's the latest on the charges? From the defense.
Community leaders called for unity and justice. We stand united in this call for justice.
Together we will prevail.
Federal prosecutors prepared formal hate crime charges.
Behind closed doors, evidence was presented to a grand jury. The suspect now faced the weight of federal prosecution.
What began on a winter street was now a case that could define justice at the federal level.
Weeks later, the courtroom became the center of national attention.
Dan Sohail now faced federal hate crime charges.
This was not an accident. The route was planned. Jurors watched the final seconds before impact.
For families, this trial was about accountability, not headlines. Intent must be proven beyond reasonable doubt.
The verdict would depend on one key element: intent.
The judge reminded the jury of the legal weight of a federal hate crime. After days of testimony, the decision was now in their hands.
As Brooklyn waited, the outcome could send a powerful federal message. After days of deliberation, the jury returned.
Jury entering.
Every eye in the courtroom was fixed on the outcome. We find the defendant guilty on all federal hate crime charges. Court is adjourned. For the victims and community, justice had finally been acknowledged. Dan Sohail faced the full weight of federal sentencing. Investigators reflected on the thoroughness that brought this case to justice. The community healed slowly, remembering those affected. The case became a reference point for federal hate crime enforcement. Brooklyn returned to quiet streets, but lessons of justice remained.
To see the complete investigation, manhunt, and trial in detail, visit our channel now.
Investigators uncovered personal writings hinting at anger and obsession.
Every post, every comment, helped build a psychological profile.
Families described subtle warning signs they feared were missed. I noticed he was quieter. We all missed the signs.
The community organized, demanding safety and justice.
Mapping the suspect's route revealed chilling intent and planning. Every turn, every block, meticulously analyzed. They retraced every step, seeking clarity and evidence.
Hope and solidarity emerged, even in the shadow of terror.
After exhaustive investigation, authorities compiled the conclusive report. Brooklyn streets awoke to a new day and a powerful lesson in justice.
Authorities reviewed hours of footage, every angle critical.
The path was traced, revealing calculated steps by the suspect.
The nation watched every development unfold.
We must enact stronger laws now to protect our families and raise awareness.
Leaders called for stronger protection and awareness.
Every turn, stop, and acceleration was mapped in detail.
Evidence was double-checked, ensuring airtight case files.
Experts dissected motives and behavioral patterns.
The neighborhood slowly began to recover, one step at a time.
Every move, every decision, captured by the press for public record.
As night fell, the city reflected on justice, vigilance, and the consequences of hate. After days of deliberation, the jury returned for the final decision.
Every eye in the courtroom fixed on the outcome.
We find the defendant guilty on all federal hate crime charges.
Justice brought relief, but the scars remained. The consequences of hate were now fully realized. The community continued to heal, remembering the impact. After exhaustive investigation, authorities concluded their work. The case became a benchmark in federal hate crime enforcement. Brooklyn streets awoke, a city changed, lessons learned, vigilance renewed.
To watch the complete investigation, manhunt, and trial, visit our channel now.